Retired from Midsommer's cost and CID, even Sue Hill, our own Sue Hill, would have thought twice about going for that job.
Yeah.
Why is that, Ruth?
Well, it's got a murder rate double that of London, so you can't blame them,
No.
could you?
Well, thankfully the job wasn't vacant for long because the new cop at the top was none other than John Barnaby, played by Neil Dudgeon, and he's been heading up what seems to be Britain's busiest police station ever since. It's on ITV tonight.
It's on ITV tonight. 8 o'clock with a new series.
And here's a preview of what's in store.
Can you think of anyone who would harm?
Stay where you are.
I'm afraid Diane Price is dead.
He's dead. Go easy on the free love.
I'll be there right away.
Now, here's my thing. When John Nettles, you know, went off into retirement and whatever, was it confusing? I know there were cousins in the series, but the Barnaby and the Barnaby, do you think that was a bit confusing for people?
No, I don't think so. No, the reason I think the reason they came up with the idea that my character, John Barnaby, would be the cousin of Tom Barnaby, is because around the world, the show sells to like 200 countries or something, and in a lot of countries around the world, it's not called Midsomer Murders; it's called Barnaby.
No.
So if they'd have to change that, well, they'd be Taggart.
Barnaby sounds like a kids' programme.
It's kids like it. Everybody can watch it.
Isn't there a dinosaur called Barnaby or something?
Big purple one, wasn't there?
Is he Barnaby? Yeah.
It is hugely
He's
popular.
not a policeman. They don't have as many murders in that, do they?
But where is this Midsummer place? Where is it supposed to be? Oh, no, actually, where is it? Where is it, actually?
In reality, it's mostly between Junction 3 and Junction 7 of the M40.
Right.
If you drive up the M40 and you take any exit and you do a left and a right and a left, you will come to a beautiful little English village with a lovely little village green and a stream and a pub with roses around the door and a Norman church and bodies everywhere. There's knives sticking out of them, all sorts. Yeah.
It's got the most extraordinary crime rates, isn't it?
We
like
have been a bit unlucky in recent years. Yes, there has been certainly a spike, but I thought that the new Barnaby moving in would be able to do something about it, but it's impossible. The people are they're so passionate, they care so deeply about whatever it is they care about, that they have to kill each other to hang on to whatever it is, the family home, the family business.
Were you nervous about coming into a kind of long-standing, such a popular series following John Nettles, this character? Was it something that scared you?
Not hugely. To be honest, I thought if I'd thought I couldn't do it, I wouldn't have done it. And I thought the only thing that changed about it really was swapping one actor for another. The scripts are great. It's a fantastic crew. The whole thing is a great setup, you know. And I thought, I think people will stick with the show and like the show and give me a chance. Yeah. And people, yes, bless them, they've been very supportive.
And what about recognition of you? I mean, do you find out in your normal everyday life, people know you more? Do you like that?
Yes, yes, more so, I would say. Yes, the very lovely thing about it, I think, is again that we have such lovely viewers that whenever they see me and they want to speak to me, they're always very. They're sort of
nice thing.
They seem to be happy to do. Oh, it's you out of Midsomer. You know, they don't. It's not like you're playing some sort of evil character in something where everybody sees you in a bar and wants to hit you or something. It's the people who recognise me kind of go, oh, Midsomer. The thing they always ask me about is the dog.
It's not you. Well, on the dog minute, it's not you I'm really worried about. It's Kevin Spacey I'm worried about. because you've been, as you look at the screen that we've got here, actually, you have in the past been mistaken for him. So if they don't like Barnaby, say somebody attacks, he won't have a clue what Midsomer Murders is.
Because of course he does. He's longing for a role. He's always on at me. Kevin, leave it, mate. I'm doing my best. I'll get you in when I can, but honestly.
You mentioned Sykes, the dog there, which we can't mention Midsomer without him. I mean, he's a huge star, isn't he?
He is. I thought when people realised that John had gone, they would see this and they'd say, have you seen the new Midsomer Murders? They've replaced John Nettles with a dog. And they've got some other bloke in to get the dog on and off screen. Now everybody says, of course, you know, you can't win with you know, working with children and animals, and he's so charming and so lovely that obviously everybody does love him, and
And how much time do you spend with him? I mean, are you a doggy person? Do you like animals?
I'm much more doggy with him now, I must say, because he's very lovely. He's not really that interested in me, to be honest. He arrives on set and I say, "Hello, Sykesy, hello, like, come here, hello," and he's looking for the sausage. You know?
Yes, who's got the food? Because he's not exclusive to you either.
What?
Apparently he's made appearances in quite a few things.
Yes, he's an enormous star. In fact, we went to I can tell you this. We went to Cannes. Jason Hughes, who plays Jones in the series, and I went to Cannes to a festival where they sell the show, and you meet people and you sell the show around the world. And originally it was supposed to be Jason, myself, and Sykes. And we got there, and there's just me and Jason there. And I says, "Is Sykes? Where's Sykes?" They said he couldn't come. He's working. And okay, so Jason and me, obviously, you can get us and say, "Come to France, go away." But the dog was too busy.
He had a better offer.
He was working.
Now tonight's episode. Do you know what the plot is tonight? What the storyline is tonight?
I do. Fortunately, yes. It's called Death and the Divas, and it's about two sisters who were both actresses. One of whom was a star of the British horror films of the 70s, but who then gave up acting under circumstances we don't quite know why, many years ago. The other sister went off to America to become a great big star, hasn't been back to Midsomer Langley for 40 years. She comes back and... I don't think I'm giving anything away. Murders ensue. And so then Jason and I race around Midsomer Langley trying to stop. But the fun thing as well is that the murderer is murdering people in the way that people died in the horror actresses' films. That's got to be a clue, hasn't it?
Got to be a clue.
There's a clue
and in case you're bumped off anytime soon, we just
Yes.
would like to wish you a happy birthday on this very special day.
Yes.
Very
and
special,
as if you
thank
don't
you.
come on a show like this and that to be neglected, Timothy,
Yes,
let's
come
see.
on, Tim.
We've got a special St. Patrick's Day cake for some reason.
Can we see that? I
green
have to
colour.
tilt it. Can you see
This
the
is
top?
good, Neil. This is
that's
good.
fabulous. Have you? And you've made this yourself, eh?
Yes, and two
Amy
big
made
dollops
it.
of jam
Here we go. Look at that.
there.
That's
Christina
to
Brown.
represent the
Brilliant.
blood.
Do you like that?
Is that
blood
a
and
real
everything?
cake?
Yes.
Oh,
You can
yes.
do
That's
it.
brilliant.
Yes.
Look, little footsteps.
And it's like, yes, that's
daggers.
really...
And the green is to represent the rural tranquility.
And now you've got my thumbprint on it
yes,
as well.
there's dabs all over this. Let's get forensics on this straight away. That's very beautiful. Thank you, very much.
I
It's an
think
actual
actually
cake.
it's a good time to take a break so we can all have a bit of this, because Ruth
Get
needs the
stuck
tea.
into the-
I'm surprised she
yes.
hasn't offered you a cup of
Make
tea.
a cup of
Oh, can I have some tea and cake?
Yes.
Thank you very much. You're very
Thank
kind.
you,
You're like Mrs. Doyle and Father Ted. Come on, Father,
Go
you will,
on,
Go on, have a cup of tea. Thank you, Neil,
Thanks,
and
Neil.
good luck.
Happy
How long will the
birthday.
new series last? How many episodes?
We've got 3 episodes in January. We start shooting again at Easter.
Good man.
So
Happy birthday. Good luck with
Wednesdays,
that.
8 o'clock, ITV.
Thank you
Yes.
very much indeed. We will
you.
take a break there straight after that. We're hoping to get you off to